And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we do get into today's video, as always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. So I hope you guys are all okay. We've got a lot to go through in today's video. Of course, last night we took on Slovan Bratislava in the Champions League on the opening game of this season's competition, and we came away 5-1 victors. A brilliant result, a really good overall performance from the team, which I'm going to get into in just a second. After 13 times trying, we finally won an opening game in the Champions League. So a massive, massive achievement. Yes, the opposition weren't the best. People were saying there could be an upset though and stuff like this and that due to Celtic's poor track record in the last few years of the opening game when it comes to the Champions League. But we went there. They came to Celtic Park and we did a brilliant job with the home fans there. A lot of the new players we'll talk about in a second were absolutely blown away by the support last night. It was amazing. A great atmosphere. The fans were up for it. The players were up for it, and it was a great game overall. If you're a Celtic fan, if you're a Slovan Bratislava fan, probably not so much. But, you know, I want to give a shout out to, of course, Arne Engels, another brilliant performance from him again. We're going to get into him a little bit later on. Nicholas Kuhn as well. I thought he was superb last night. He was so direct, really running at the defence. Of course, got his assist as well. And he was causing them problems all night down that right-hand side. So, yeah, massive congratulations to Nicholas Kuhn. And I think a man that deserves praise and maybe an apology as well is Liam Scales. He was really, really good as well. Of course, getting his goal as well, but not even that, just defensively he was solid. And again, I don't think, you know, the hate, or not say hate, but the disrespect towards him wasn't justified. I think we were right as Celtic fans to be like, actually, we want to see some improvements from him, or maybe from the board, to try and get someone better in to replace him, or at least try and compete with him. We've done that. We've got Trusty in now. Scales is looking behind him thinking, look, if I don't put 100% in every game, this man's going to come and take my place. So that competition, that healthy competition does help. And I think that's why we're seeing the best of Liam Scales right now. Great start to the season. It transferred across into the European stage last night, and I'm very, very happy with his performance yesterday. But yeah, let's get into Kasper Schmeichel quickly again, because that, of course, was his first Champions League game in 8 years. And he was really, really happy with the support and everything like that. He was amazed by the Celtic fans and being back on the big stage again. He was very, very happy with. Apologies for my laptop making noises there. But he said, waited nearly 8 years to hear the anthem again. What an incredible atmosphere, unlike anything I've heard in my life. The perfect start to our Champions League campaign. So yeah, of course, this man's played for some big teams before. He's won big competitions. And that's his best atmosphere he's ever heard, of course. He watched Leicester play win the Premier League. So, you know, the support was amazing last night. And the performance was great as well. I think overall, a very positive night from the boys. Very happy with the result. And now, look, we focus, of course, on Falkirk in the League Cup this weekend. But, you know, we've got a few harder games coming now in the Champions League and a few away day trips as well. But, you know, definitely a great start. And I think it feels something different this year. I feel like there's something going to happen. Regardless if we finish in the top 8 or the top 16, I think we might get into the next phase, which is really, really nice to see. And the team just looks so brilliant so far at the start of the season. I'm really happy. I'm really excited to see what we can achieve this campaign. But let's get into what Rodgers said, because he kind of revealed a transfer blueprint here a little bit about what we can expect to see in the coming transfer window when it comes to players coming in. And to be honest with you, I'm very, very excited by what he had to say. So, of course, he was speaking after yesterday's victory against Slovan Bratislava after beating them 5-1. As you mentioned, several players were superb throughout the game. And a player that particularly stood out was the new man himself, Arne Engels. Scored again from the penalty spot. Looks really calm and composed. He will probably be our penalty taker now going forward. And got an assist as well. So he set up Liam Scales, of course, with a terrific corner delivery. Another thing quickly as well, in the build-up to the game, people were saying that they're quite strong and quite aerial their strengths are aerial battles and stuff like that. I thought we were superb from the right hand, coming in off the wings, putting balls into the box, corners, free kicks. I thought we were really good all night with that stuff. So I'm not too sure what people already mentioned about them not being, or Celtic not being up to standards when it comes to battling Slovan Bratislava, when it comes to aerial battles, because they're quite a physical team, whereas Celtic were more technical. But I think we were better on all fronts, really. So yeah, so far, the 21-year-old Arne Engels has lived up to expectations. A big £11 million fee was attached to his name, of course, a lot of money. Split fans' opinions, too much money, not enough receipts behind him to say this guy's going to be good or not. But other fans are happy to see us investing into an elite level player. He's a very good player. He comes into the team as one of the a superb elite player, and he's got loads and loads more potential as well. So this is what Rodgers had to say. The club will back me. They've been great with that. Going forward, we want to add a few more as well. That will help evolve that as well. But currently, as I say, we're in a really good place. We've spent money, but we've brought a lot of money in. We brought more in. So there's no pressure. So, of course, the summer transfer window was up and down. We didn't think he was going to get back throughout it. And come to the conclusion, we made a lot of good signings in the end. But we left it quite late in typical Celtic fashion. But what he's saying here is basically they're going to follow the blueprint of Arne Engels, where they spend a little bit more money on a player that's playing at a top level now in Europe, playing at a top league, maybe playing for a lesser team, but they're quite young. They've got really loads and loads of promise, and you can get them relatively cheap when you compare it to other European transfers. So £11 million is a lot of money for Celtic, but in European football, it's not really a lot of money. So Rodgers is basically saying we're going to look down that avenue again in the future to sign players that are young, promising, but also are playing consistently for their said club on the top, 5 leagues, for example, and they are making great progress, and they'll be a great player in the future, similar to what Arne Engels was. So we're looking around the £10 to £15 million transfer bracket when it comes to that for future transfers, which I'm really happy with. To be fair, we've cried out for a decent transfer window for many years, and so far the one that has went past looks like it's been pretty good for us. Of course, still early days. I'm sure some players will not work out, but compared to last summer, I think anything's better than what we experienced there. I mean, half the players we brought in last summer have already gone out on loan or been sold, so definitely a better transfer window than last. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. First of all, on yesterday's game, what did you make of the overall performance? I thought their goal was a good strike, to be fair. There's not much Castle Schmeichel could have done. So it wasn't really a defensive error. It was just a really good hit. And it went over the keeper and the top corner. But other than that, we were defensively strong again. So, it was great overall performance. And also let me know your thoughts on the transfer blueprint Rodgers has kind of revealed there as well. Drop a like on today's video, guys, if you're not yet already. And subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.